We're leaving Aymoutier now, making our way back to Limoges. We're going to stop off on the way at St Léonard-de-Noblat. There's the river Vienne again, and here is St Léonard. And the church is the church of St Léonard, after which the village was named. It's quite interesting for me to find a church called St Léonard, because here's the baptistry. I was born in a village and the church there was St Leonard's. I don't remember ever coming across another church of St Leonard, and I often wondered about the name. I often wondered who St Leonard was. As a child I thought perhaps they'd named it after Len Hutton. But even more interesting for me anyway is that this is not just the church of St Leonard, this is where St Leonard lived and died. So I've accidentally come right to his very origins. Having said that, it's not absolutely certain that he ever existed. But there is a story, or legend if you prefer, about a man in the time of King Clovis who set up here a hermitage which developed into an agricultural enterprise of some sort, where St Leonard took in all the rogues and released criminals and taught them agriculture with a view to bringing them back to the grace of God. St Leonard is known as the patron saint of prisoners. He is buried here, and a cult of some dimensions grew up around him with an associated pilgrimage. Around the church there were models of other churches of St Leonard, but I didn't see the one from my village. As I'm having a little trouble with my left hand, I tried resting it on his sarcophagus, but nothing seemed to happen. This is another church associated with the pilgrimage route to Compostela. Just outside the church is a memorial statue of Gay-Lussac, who apparently was a local boy. A very pleasant little town in which to spend an hour or two away from the hurly-burly, and here I had one of the best café au lait I'd had that week. With the jug of milk, I managed to get 3 cups out of it. Whilst walking back to the railway station, I came across this little fella, but he didn't seem to want to pose for the camera. I think he was a bit shy. I told the train crew that I was talent spotting for Hollywood. Anyway, we've had a very pleasant day out today. It's a pity about the not being a steam engine on this route, but at least we could get this view through the front window on this train, in spite of the mucky windows. The Limousin was part of the Roman province of Aquitaine and suffered badly during the barbarian invasions which followed the collapse of the Roman Empire. The region was not secured and consolidated until the 7th century in the reign of King Dagobert. The more peaceful period which followed favoured the spread of abbeys and monasteries. Around the 10th century, the Limousin was divided into feudal fiefs, vicomtés, seigneuries or baronies, all more or less independent. Still part of Aquitaine, Limousin became English after the marriage of Eleanor to Henry II Plantagenet. It was not definitively reclaimed for France until the reign of Charles V in 1374. Even then, it remained a frontier region between northern and southern France, between the Languedoc, the culture and language of the north, with written laws, and the Languedoc, the culture and language of the south, with laws based on custom.